Hey my lovelies, and welcome to another Filmy and General Energy reading. And if you're new to my channel, this reading is general. It can resonate with anyone who watches this, but it will not resonate with everyone. So only take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse the messages if that's how it fits your situation. This message could apply whenever you find it. It is timeless. It can resonate with you for the day, the week, the month, or even the year. If you like to check out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, or your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can go ahead and click on the Vimeo links below to view those. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information below as well. Follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance. And let's go ahead and get into your messages at this time. And I just want to say that as I was going through that little spiel that I always go through in the beginning, I felt like this new, fresh energy. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be experiencing like a new, whatever has been going on. I sense that it's going to be completely different. Like there's a new, fresh wave of energy about to enter your life. So anything that you're accustomed to, or like I would just say like maybe still routines, things that you're tired of, or you feel like, oh, it's just gonna be another day. I feel like all of that's gonna be changing very, very soon. But let me tune into the messages here to get more. Yeah, I get that you're about to be locked into like a new way of life. Like everything that was won't be anymore, and everything that's about to come, like that's going to be your new life. It's like you're walking through a new door and the door closes behind you. So everything that was, you can no longer return to. All that you're left with is everything that is through this door that's ahead of you. So you can enjoy as much as you want, through this door. But if you're trying to go back to anything in the past, like you're not even allowed to do that. And I don't feel like this is a bad thing. I think this is a very good thing, but I am getting like creature of habit. So I feel like some people might, it's not that this change is bad. It's not that anything that is through this door is bad or not a dream come true, but I get that it may be a bit of an adjustment for some people because they're so used to certain things and doing things a certain way, and they might have like a natural um like reaction to want to reach back, but they can't. So they might have a little bit of a spiraling period due to this new adjustment, because it's like they don't know how to handle all this new energy. It just feels like a little bit overwhelming. And because of that, it's like I'm seeing someone who just kind of sits and cries. Like they don't know what to do with themselves. Like, and I feel like people, like someone is like standing over them and saying like, what's wrong, like why are you crying? And the person is just, they don't even know how to explain themselves because they know that they'll sound silly saying that they missed the dysfunction, they missed the chaos. um I do feel like this person is going to snap out of that energy, but I just feel like in the beginning it's going to be like a little bit of that, like I miss my old life type of thing. Although it was broken, dysfunction, chaos, and all the things that they used to complain about, it was comfort there. And like this new way of life is so much of an adjustment that it may require them to become a new version of themselves that they don't feel ready to step into. But I feel like the divine is forcing this person to step into that energy because it is time. I feel like there's a timeline that needs to be met. And this person, if it was left up to them, they would never meet that timeline. And because they're like I'm getting like a chess game. This person is like a piece in the whole game of life. And they, instead of them looking at the fact that they have to play their part in the game, they're just thinking about themselves. I feel like they don't, I feel like this person just had a problem seeing the bigger picture. All they could see or focus on was themselves, how they felt, what they had going on in their world, their shortcomings, their wins, their losses. And because of that, it's like they just stayed stagnant. So the divine did them a favor and moved them forward. Like, um, did the job to get them moving because they have a job to do for the divine. This person may not understand that yet, but as they continue through this new door, they're finally going to understand why they had to be pushed through the door to go in this new direction. They can't go back to the past because they play a very important role in this timeline. And yeah, the time has come for things to get going. Um, and I get like a very welcoming energy though. So wherever this person, whatever energy, whatever space, whatever environment this person is moving on into, I do get that they're going to be welcomed with open arms. I don't get they're going to have like they're going to be I don't feel like they're going to be treated like an outcast or um just made to feel uncomfortable in any way. I don't feel like the people around are so different that them they don't feel like they can fit in. I don't feel like it's any of that. This discomfort really is just a thing of this person's mind. So yeah, after a while of them like kind of crying through it and going through the spiraling period, they are going to get up, wipe their tears, and start to enjoy this new atmosphere. And when they start to, I get that they're going to realize like how much better they feel in this new space, breathing this new air. They didn't even realize beforehand like how much pain they were in, um, how much toxicity, like polluted air they were breathing in. Like they didn't understand that. Like they were just in that space, living and breathing and slowly dying by the second. And I feel like they were saved in the nick of time from the ruin that is to come in that space that they once dwelled in. And this new space is like it's safe for them. It's like they've been pushed into a safe haven. I want to say so when this person gets over themselves and realizes that this is for the best and where they were was not this paradise or anything good that they were making it out to be, they're going to start to enjoy this new space, this new air, as I said, and they're going to be able to connect with the people around them. And I feel like they're going to have a lot of support, like people around, like helping them through this transition. I'm also getting that this person is going to learn what to say versus what not to say. I feel like before they could have struggled with that. They could have been the type of person that spoke inappropriately, spoke out of turn, or said things that were inappropriate, or said things at an inappropriate time. I just feel like this person wasn't very good with communication. Either they didn't say what they needed to be, what needed, they didn't say what needed to be said, or it's a matter of them saying the wrong things when like just speaking in a way, saying things when it is not appropriate for them to speak or appropriate for them to say that particular thing. So I feel like this person is going to learn how to control their speech and use it to their benefit, like maximize the um, effectiveness or the power of speech. So yeah, I feel like this person, they're not even going to recognize themselves because they're all of a sudden going to become, I'm getting like someone's going to become very open, very communicative. So this could be someone who like didn't open up at all. They didn't talk about their feelings. They didn't really express how they felt or what they thought. They could have just kept like communication in that way to a minimum when it came to expression of self, expression of feelings. But this person is going to find that they're just kind of opening up and they're not afraid to express their feelings anymore. And it's all through the encouragement of this new environment that they're in because I feel like everyone around is like that. Like they're very expressive, they're very communicative, and it's like that energy is going to rub off on this person, and they're going to feel a sense of freedom inside that they never felt before because they were just so used to trapping all their feelings inside of them, and they didn't understand how it was like in a way decaying their heart, decaying their soul. And so yeah, it's like all of a sudden they just start to feel healthier internally, and they're not going to recognize themselves. As I said, they're going to be introduced to a new version of themselves, but it's not even something they're doing purposely. It's something that's just kind of rubbing off on them and they're taking in subconsciously. So yeah, this person's going to go through a huge growth spurt when it comes to like the person that they are and this new environment that they're going to be in. And I also feel like this person is going to be very, very much in tune with the spiritual side of things. Like maybe they were more practical, very much about the physical world and everything in it, and judging everything based on how it appears in the physical world. But this person is now going to be tapping in to their spiritual side and being able to see things that are unseen, being able to see through the way something presents in the physical world. Like something can present to be all glitter and gold in the physical world, but like with them tapping into the spiritual side, they're able to see that it's actually very ugly and rotten inside. So they're going to learn through that. They're going to like there's discernment is going to heighten, and they're going to be able to um basically weed out the undesirables when it comes to what they should get involved with, who they should get involved with, um, anything that's not good or conducive to their growth. They're gonna learn how to stay away from. And I feel like before they weren't a good judge of character of that because they weren't tapped into the spiritual side. But again, because this new environment is cultivating that side of them, they're now going to be able to see what's good and what's not based on the spiritual sense of things, which is the side that really matters. Because anybody can put on a good costume or a mask and look, however they want to look. But it's what's behind that mask, what's behind that costume that matters. And this person is going to start to focus on that. Again, their discernment is going to heighten. I also get that they're going to have the ability to kind of self check in a way that they weren't before. Before, I feel like this person would kind of go down a path and they wouldn't be able to stop themselves. Like it'd be a path of destruction, and they would just kind of keep going down that path. Like even when they know it's bad, it's like they couldn't stop themselves. They, in a sense, were very driven by flesh, not just in a sexual way, but just anything that they feel is going to bring them pleasure, satisfaction, or a thrill in the moment. This person would just kind of like keep going down that path, even in times where they're in their mind, there's a little voice saying this is not so good, but they'll be saying, but I'm already here, and I'm this far in, like I might as well go through with it completely. But I get that for this person now, with who they're becoming, they're going to be able to check themselves and stop themselves from going down a destructive path before they even take the first step. Or even if they are like starting to go down that path, they can easily like snatch themselves out of it and say, like, snap themselves out of it and say, what are you doing? Turn back around, go away from this. And even when it comes to like destructive thoughts and criticism, things that just aren't good for their soul and for their growth and for their path, they can correct their behaviors, like self-correct. They're not going to need someone from the outside to tell them what they're doing wrong. They're going to be able to identify it on their own and stop themselves and correct the behaviors. And that's not going to come automatically. I feel like they are going to have help in the beginning, but I feel like they're going to catch on and start to self-correct. So yeah, I just get like this person I don't know, for some of you, this might include a move, like a literal physical move. And wherever you're moving to, like this new environment is just really great for really great for you. Like you moved away from a toxic home and you're going to a more or a toxic neighborhood, and you're going to like a better neighborhood, and you're meeting these people that just have a great influence on your spirit and your overall soul. And yeah, it's like you flourish. So even it could be a literal move, and for others it's not a literal move. It's just that you're changing. You're changing environments somehow. So this could be like you're going into a new job, you're going into a new school, you're moving into a new neighborhood, you're around a new crowd. There's going to be some kind of physical change that is going to bring about this new version of yourself. And being around whatever this new environment is, I feel like other people who might peek in on you from your past, they're going to be making comments about how much you're flourishing. I feel like you're even going to look better. You're going to look better. You're going to be more clear minded. I also get like someone who has like clearer eyes. So you might be getting more sleep, drinking more water, being more hydrated, just taking better care of yourself now, because this environment really encourages you to do all of that stuff and just take better care of your spirit and your physical and your emotional side. So yeah, I just feel like it's like you trade in chaos for peace. But again, this move initially into this new environment, it's something that it's not something you're choosing for yourself. It's something you're just sort of thrown into, and it takes a while to get used to, but then it becomes the best thing that ever happened to you. Yeah, because I'm just getting like when you first get there, there's all this hesitant energy. Like you just don't really want to be a part of this. You don't really want to go further into this because it's like you're walking into this space and you're looking around. It doesn't look like anything you've ever seen before. And you're like, what is this? Like, I don't want no part of this. Like, this looks, it just seemed like you may tell yourself, like, this is lame or this is, horrible. But it really is, you're just scared because it's not what you're used to. And, but yeah, like I said, after you have your little moment, and you finally get up and you start to look around, you're like, this is not so bad, especially when you see the positive effect it has on you. And when you start to open up and see like that part of yourself change, where you're becoming more open emotionally and communicating more openly, that's when you're really going to tell yourself, like, this is where I needed to be. But yeah, you're about to have a new beginning. And like I said, it's going to take a while for you to fall in love with it, but you are going to fall in love with it. Um, you are going to fall in love with this new environment, this new change within yourself. And you're going to really appreciate the fact that the divine did their job to push you into this space, because otherwise you would have never chosen to be here on your own and do what it is you're doing. But you feel like this might have just saved your life, this change, because I just get like you were, like I mentioned earlier, you were in a space where you were decaying by the second, by the day, by the hour, and you weren't even realizing it because you had just been in that space for so long, and you see everyone else around you decaying that you thought it was normal. But now that you're out of that space and you're looking, like, again, you're not going to be able to reach back, but there are going to be times where you kind of like look through the glass and see like the things and people from that old space, and you're going to see like you're going to be able to see like how much they're decaying, and the fact that that used to be you, and you're just going to be so grateful that you're not in that space anymore. So this is what I was mentioning earlier about like now you're going to have like a better spiritual sight. So when you were in that space, you saw these people for the physical, and I feel like in this new space, looking through the glass window, you're going to be able to see their spiritual sense, like the spiritual you're going to be able to see through into the spirit of these people and these situations and these things that were a part of the old environment. You're going to be able to see like how rotten they are inside, and it's just not even going to be appealing to you anymore. Not like at first you were crying about going back there, then you're gonna reach a point where you're just like, I'm glad I never got back there. I'm glad I never was able to go back when I wanted to go back, because that is a mess. Like that is not where I needed to be. Like I was a mess. Those people are a mess. You know, I was dying inside every day. Like they're suffering. I used to be like them. And the peace that you have right now is just worth more than silver, gold, and any amount of money in the world. And you would not, like, you're going to reach a point where you're just like, I would not change my life for nothing. This is the best gift God could ever give me. Okay? So that's about all I have for you all for this Fill Me In general energy reading. I hope this reading was helpful to you. Again, if you would like to check out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can go ahead and check out the Vimeo links below to view those. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information below as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance. And I will be back with my readings, lovelies. Bye.